In India, one woman is raped every 16 minutes. But one group suffers far more than the rest. The marginalized women of the so-called untouchable or Dalit community bear a disproportionate burden and are often subjected to the most extreme acts of cruelty.
This is my daughter's bed. She was sleeping right here on the 29th of May 2020. They picked up my daughter and took her away from here.
This grieving father recalls the night when his teenage daughter was dragged from her bed by 3 upper caste neighbors. They took her to the woods across their home where they raped, murdered and mutilated her.
This is where she was murdered. When I came here, I saw how bad my daughter's condition was. Her eyes were stuffed full of mud and her face too. There were scratches on her face and arms. Her hair was completely messed up too. We saw her and just went completely mad. I took off the scarf that had been used to strangle her and carried her back in my arms.
The perpetrator served a minimal sentence despite proudly confessing to the crime. 2 men are even out on bail and one of them lives next door. The girl's father has little hope for justice.
If the upper castes commit a rape or murder, then they'll spend 2, 3, maybe 6 months in jail, and then they'll be freed. It doesn't happen with upper caste Yadav girls, Thakur girls, or Brahmin girls. Why doesn't this kind of violence happen to their girls? This only happens to girls from Dalit families. We want justice. We want justice for our daughter. Otherwise, what's the point of life?
In September last year, a strikingly similar case caused national outrage and shone the spotlight on the daily plight of lower caste women.
She was gang raped. She struggled for life. Her tongue was cut off, her spinal cord snapped, multiple fractures in her neck. She struggled. She succumbed. In the middle of the night, the police decided that they must cremate the body of this young girl.
The body was burnt before an investigation could take place to protect the upper caste perpetrators. Renowned Dalit rights lawyer Manjula Pradeep believes that the caste system is responsible for the injustice.
Caste is so much ingrained into Indian society that each of us are born with a caste and we die with a caste. The power relation only doesn't allow the caste system to be abolished, because those who have privileges, they have wealth and they have power, and they don't want to lose their power, they don't want to lose their wealth, they don't want to lose their resources. So they don't follow the law. To get justice is so difficult for being born in this particular caste and gender.
Despite the difficulties, many Dalit women are determined to challenge the status quo. Lawyer and activist Sarita Verma is committed to amplifying the voices of women like her and creating a more just society for her children. Her experience of caste discrimination on a school visit to a Hindu temple laid the foundation for her work today.
The priest asked me what community I was from, so I said, "What do you mean by community? What do you want to know?" He said, "What is your father's name?" But I didn't understand the caste system, so he said, "No, don't come. Your caste can't enter the temple."
But in order to make a real difference, she believes that the fight for Dalit rights needs the support of all women.
Whether it's farm work, labour work, sweeping someone's home or working as a sanitation worker, these are the kind of occupations our Dalit women are involved in. You won't find a single upper caste woman in these jobs. Dalit women need the cooperation of women from other castes. They should engage in dialogue.
Sarita fights cases for lower caste victims free of cost in her state of Rajasthan.
They went at the door with an axe. They slammed against the door and broke it open. 10 or 11 people broke this bolt. It was weak.
The only Dalit household in the village, these women were attacked in the middle of the night by upper caste neighbors. They were intimidated and told to leave their land. The police refused to file a full report.
There are very few policemen from the Dalit community at these stations. They are always from upper castes, and they do not want their own caste to look bad.
On average, 10 lower caste women are raped every day in India, and many more cases are simply not reported.
Abandoning the land is not the solution. That's not the solution, because people like this will intimidate you everywhere. If they want to call me in the middle of the night for help, I will come in the middle of the night.
In India, caste is woven into the very fabric of society, and the fight for equality has a long road ahead.